Tarot Tuesday. Today is March 11th. This reading is intended for March 12th through the 18th. Today, we're going to be using my oldest deck, the deck I have used for many years now. It is based off of a Rider-Waite style deck, but it is steampunk. I love the imagery of it, the different stories each picture tells. And as always, we shuffle these up a bit, we cut them, and we give 5 cards for the outlook for the week. Okay, so let's see what this week has in store for us. Oh, we're starting off the week hot and heavy with justice. So justice comes in. You have to remember, justice is good and bad. Just like karma. Karma is neither good nor bad. It is actually neutral. It relies on the incident or individual that calls it to be, so to speak. So with justice this week, we have to remember that everything we give out, we receive. But everything we receive ultimately will be paid out as well. That's where the scales of justice rely. So this week, we're going to see what else the story has to tell us for this week, but we're starting hot and heavy. Justice is coming to attention to say, hey, look, the scales are about to even out a little bit. All right. Oh. And walking in with the magician, we have coming forward to let us know that, everything is sleight of hand in some way, shape, or form. Just because you may not know the answer, you may not see the picture, you may not know what's being done in the shadows and the dark, doesn't mean those things aren't happening. The magician tries to remind us not to be fooled, not to be tricked this week. We need not to be lured in by false things and false ideas and promises. Maybe that's why justice jumped in so quick, but I'm not going to jump in myself. The 6 of Cups. Oh, interesting. So this week, as do these people here, you're going to be faced with many choices, many obstacles. I wouldn't even say obstacles, it's just straight up choices here. You're going to be faced to where you're going to have options to take. The story's starting to play out for me, but I'm interested to see where we go before we tell the full tale. Because these cards, they've been with me for a long time, and they always have a tendency to give me a big picture story. They don't like to do it one card after another. They like to roll out the carpet here, and we have justice coming in so far to remind us that the scales must be balanced. We must find balance within our lives and with ourselves. The magician who comes along to try to persuade you, who tries to trick you. The 6 of Cups, which tells you about your bountiful options you have in front of you, your desires, your wants, and your decisions, and what you have that you can chase after. Some positive, some not so positive. The devil steps back in, though. This week, the devil tells a different tune here, though. See, because as the devil is the big, powerful machine, you can notice, if you look closely, there's 2 guys down here that are shoveling the coal in to fire the devil up. These two men, these two people, they're your instigators. They're those things that keep you going and keep you fired up. You know that person you know that every time everything's going okay and everything's going right, they bring up that sad subject, that sore subject, that bad subject. They just can't seem to move past that. Well, for you, of course. It's always on your behalf, right? But you know that ex that did you wrong so long ago? Let's trash talk him again, right? To fire up that devil. Seven of Pentacles. And again, as the cards roll out this beautiful, brilliant story, they remind me of justice telling me to keep things balanced. They remind me of the magician trying to persuade me. They remind me of the choices in front of me and that I need to make my choices wisely because I have instigators about. But if I do those things correctly in this week, as things pop up and as we face different challenges and different obstacles and different opportunities, and different chances to do fun and exciting or new things. As long as we keep in mind that what we give, we do receive to the universe, to ourselves. As slick and as swift as we believe us to be, there's always somebody that's trying to con you. Make our choices wisely. Take our time, look at our options. Of the 6 that are in front of us here, it appears to me 4 are positive, 4 are fruitful. 2 kind of keep you running around a little bit. They're a little empty. Maybe those 2 come from the magician. But then we keep mindful of the instigators in our lives, the people around us that just look to fire us up and keep us going. Because they're the ones who cannot find peace and cannot allow us to find peace in ourselves, right? For when we do find peace, we think clear-headed. We start to... Pentacles are typically a form of wealth, money to me. That's how I view the pentacles. And here it shows me that this person here is calculating, counting over all of the wealth he has in his life. He's not dealing with the instigators. He's not dealing with that devil inside of him, because you know what? He doesn't necessarily need that devil to keep going inside of him. He's found his peace. And he can sit and look over the garden and the beautiful flowers and the beautiful things around, because he's not concerned about this any longer. He's gotten over this one and the ones like them that have deceived us in the past. He understands that justice comes, it equals out. It will always equal out. What do they say? It's not over till the fat lady sings. Things will always equal out one way or the other in the end. There's always going to be those around you. And those around you. This week, be careful with your options. Be mindful. Choose carefully. Because this is where we want to be up at the end of the week. We want to be coming back next week looking at this going, you know what? At the end of the day, at the end of the week, we were able to sit back. We were able to count our blessings, count our wealth, even as far as fun times, family, friendship. But we were able to sit back and look on those things and rely on those things. Because we have been blessed this week. But that only happens when we let go of those who are trying to fire us up and instigate us. We let those do their job. We know what they did. We know where they are. We know who they are and what they do. Let them go. Let them go. They've played their tricks. They've tried to be the magician, but they've been found out. Because in the end, it all always balances. Folks, this week we have this story from the Steampunk Tarot. And until next week.